Veera, after 2 days of intense deliberations and several suggestions and moves at consensus building, former Supreme Court Judge P. Sudarshan Reddy has been unanimously chosen by Opposition India Bloc's candidate for the upcoming vice presidential polls, which will take place on the 9th of September. Mr. Reddy, Justice Reddy, who has significant interventions in human rights, money laundering cases, also criminal jurisprudence, will face off against NDA's candidate, Maharashtra Governor CP Radhakrishnan, who is a seasoned BJP leader with strong RSS ties.
Well, Vasudha, this contest is not about the numbers, is it? The NDA is comfortably placed in terms of those numbers, but the opposition has called this an ideological fight. And the BJP, on its part, is keen to achieve a significant margin of victory because it's now all about the optics. While Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy played the Telugu card to chide NDA ally and TDP to vote for a Telugu candidate, just like the BJP teased the DMK to support a Tamil candidate, all parties seem clear on where they stand, Vasudha. Both the TDP and the YSRCP have declared support categorically for CP Radhakrishnan, and the DMK firmly with the INDIA alliance. The opposition's choice of Justice Reddy, interesting, is also to underline its campaign on constitutional values, one where the opposition has made a choice of character over political allegiance for the optics. Kharge was given the responsibility of building consensus, specifically after the TMC made it clear it wants a non-political, credible face and not just a political choice.
That's right, Veera. Consensus is the magic word here because in 2022, we did not see consensus happening. In fact, TMC abstained from voting for Margaret Alva because it blamed the Congress party for not taking TMC into confidence when the candidate was being selected. On the contrary, CP Radhakrishnan Veera is a seasoned BJP leader with strong RSS ties, like we told our viewers. He's also a man with both organizational experience as a party worker and also institutional depth as a governor. But since he will also be serving as the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, this election, like you said, carries weight before ceremonial significance. It could shape the tone and tenor of parliamentary proceedings in the years ahead, especially in the upper house that has seen controversies, especially under former VP Jagdeep Dhankar. Let's listen into reactions before we head to our special panel discussion this evening.
जो एनडीए संविधान के खिलाफ, संविधान को बदलने के लिए, आरक्षण को हटाने के लिए, ओबीसी रिजर्वेशन 42% रोककर ओबीसी को अन्याय करने के लिए जहां पर कोशिश कर रहा है, उनके उम्मीदवार राधाकृष्णन पर जस्टिस सुदर्शन रेड्डी इंडिपेंडेंट एक्सपर्ट कमिटी चेयरमैन फॉर ओबीसी रिजर्वेशन, तेलुगु देशम, जनसेना, वाईएसआर, बीआरएस एंड एमआईएम सब राजनीतिक दल नेता लोगों से एक ही गुजारिश है, हम सब लोग इकट्ठा होकर जस्टिस सुदर्शन रेड्डी जीतने के लिए कोशिश करना.
We are opposing the BJP candidate, and this is a divisive politics which they've been trying to propagate in this country. And that is what our answer to that is to bring in a person who values the Constitution. They are trying to do away with the Constitution. They've never respected the Constitution or the Parliament. The candidate which the opposition has chosen is a person who respects the Constitution of this country and also the people.
Prime Minister also has mentioned about his humble life, even now as a governor of Maharashtra also. Rajnath Singh ji has asked multiple parties to support Radhakrishnan ji unanimously. I think other parties should also must have also heeded to his request. Most importantly, DMK and other parties, they should have heeded to this request and should have supported Radhakrishnan ji. Numbers are heavily stacked in favor of Radhakrishnan ji, so I don't see a contest here, and Radhakrishnan ji will come out with much bigger majority than last time.
Meanwhile, Justice Reddy has arrived at the national capital, Vasudha, to file his nomination. It was Gopal Krishna Gandhi, remember, against Venkaiah Naidu, Margaret Alva, as you just mentioned, against Jagdeep Dhankar in the earlier face-offs.
Reddy arrived in New Delhi a few minutes ago to meet opposition leaders and then file his nominations. In fact, it's the NDA's nomination tomorrow and the opposition will file its nomination day after tomorrow. Let's listen into what Justice Reddy said.
Thank you all for projecting me as a candidate on behalf of India Alliance. but for you it would not have been possible. And I am happy for the simple reason that India Alliance represents more than 60% of the population of this country. As a candidate, I would humbly request and appeal to all the parliamentarians, irrespective of the party affiliations, to support my candidature.
So, but for now, Veera, the battle lines are getting drawn for the September 9th contest. But who will win the war of optics is the big question. Joining us now, Prashant GS of the BJP. We have Deepak Thimaiya of the Congress Party. We have Pattabhiram Komareddy of the TDP. Selam Tharanidharan of TMK will also be joined by senior journalist Neeraj Chaudhary in just a bit. Let me go across to Mr. Thimaiya first. Deepak Thimaiya, has the Congress Party achieved this, what you say, a war for democracy, a battle for constitution? Because at the end of the day, these are just two individuals with accomplished careers. At the same time, the numbers seem to be stacked in favor of the BJP and NDA.
See, first of all, to be elected to a position to the Council of States where you are upholding the rights and privileges of the members of the Council of States, I think that you need to find a person who is capable of doing that. And I think particularly in a situation like this, where everything has become questionable, if at all, we are in a situation now where we also have severe and very, very grave questions about the Election Commission, to everything that is being, projected as something that's doing great national service, but in an absolutely questionable manner. To find a party ideologue or an RSS supporter, of course, there's nothing wrong in a person being completely committed to the party and also to the RSS if they belong to the BJP or the BJP is supported. But when they are looking for somebody to become the vice president, and when you have a candidate like Justice Sudarshan Reddy, I think even the BJP should be considering a candidate like Shri Sudarshan Reddy, because I'm sure that, by the tweet of the candidate of the BJP, where he very clearly says about how he is humbled and how these people are most respectable and how the MPs are beyond question already. I'm sure it is not going to be a fair playing field at all in the parliament.
Okay, Deepak, you're saying it's, you're making all the political noise, but the number seems to be very clearly in favor of the NDA. I want to go across to Pattabhiram Komareddy, sir. Revanth Reddy turning around and saying support a Telugu candidate, just as the BJP yesterday in Tamil Nadu was telling the DMK support a Tamil candidate. Where does that leave you in terms of Telugu optics?
See, the Telugu pride is safe in the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Shri Chandrababu Naidu ji. So the state of Andhra Pradesh is progressing very rapidly under the leadership of both these leaders. So we, as a partner in the NDA, we have taken an unanimous decision to field Sri CP Radhakrishnan ji as the vice presidential candidate. It is an unanimous decision. The Telugu Desam Party and all the alliance partners were consulted before the NDA, the BJP top leadership announced the candidature of CP Radhakrishnan ji. So we are strongly behind Radhakrishnan ji, and there is no question of we changing our stand. It's already announced by our leader Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu ji, the Honorable Chief Minister, and also by our party General Secretary Sri Nara Lokesh ji, who himself went to Delhi and met Sri CP Radhakrishnan ji personally and extended complete support from our party. And we are very confident that Mr. Radhakrishnan ji, as a vice president, he will be very efficient in delivering his duties. We all have seen his track record as a parliamentarian. Right. He was elected twice to the Lok Sabha as a governor. He's a very humble and simple person. So we are confident that he'll be a very successful vice president. And
but Selam Tharanidharan, a similar question to you. There seems to be a feeling that with elections coming up next year, a Tamil candidate was also what a lot of people were expecting. Do you think that by fielding a Tamil candidate, it would have been seen as a responsive, a reactive reaction? Or do you think this is a better choice, or do you think a Tamil candidate would have been better?
See, I think it depends on who is the Tamil candidate. No, I think in vice presidential election is not about one comes from where. I think in this country we need someone who's going to uphold the constitution of this country. We have seen how the governors have digressed from their duties. We have seen how other executive holders of the position, vice president also at times have digressed from his duty. So we need someone who will uphold constitutional duty. And having said that, right, vice presidential election we see it as an ideological battle. And Mr. CPR, coming from RSS background, is ideological enemy of the DMK, also the Tamil people. Right? What is the support of RSS in Tamil Nadu will be 2% or 2.5%. In this election, as a DMK, as a party representing people of Tamil Nadu, or my parliamentarians representing people of Tamil Nadu, they are supposed to listen to their constituents and vote. Will the constituents of Tamil Nadu say CPR is okay for them? No. Otherwise, BJP would be winning elections in 2024 or 2021. Stand alone, CP Radhakrishnan has never won a single election, even in his hometown. So will people of Tamil Nadu, you have hypothetically an election in Tamil Nadu, he wouldn't. So that is why we are listening to our people of Tamil Nadu, and then we are going ahead with the India Box candidate. People of Tamil Nadu are...
Salem Dharanitharan, it's also about the political optics, some would argue. I'll get back to that, but GS Prashant, the opposition seems to have not fallen for the bait of a political candidate, and by choosing an apolitical candidate does seem to be creating this into an ideological fight. Remember that Rajnath Singh had spoken with Stalin, we believe. There were multiple efforts to try and build a consensus. Would you believe that the NDA has not been able to build consensus? And are you worried and concerned about parties like the BRS eventually when it comes to the numbers in the end of this race?
Veera, as BJP and NDA, we are not worried about the numbers. The numbers are in our favor. So therefore, there's no question of we not having numbers. It was only in a democratic setup that we wanted to consult all the parties, take them into confidence and have a consensus candidate. That's all. If the opposition wants to field a different candidate, it's their choice. Let them have their candidate. Just because they have a candidate doesn't mean that he's going to win, because the numbers are heavily stacked against them and they're not going to win. Be that as it may. Be that as it may, when it comes to the rhetoric saying is apolitical, the Congress's stand when one of the Supreme Court judges joined as member of Rajya Sabha, Congress made hue and cry about it. Now the same Indie Alliance now wants to make the retired Supreme Court justice as their poster boy for VP elections, only to make him lose the elections. And also, if you have to go back in time and see how why Congress has chosen him, there are enough and more which I can bring out. I'll wait for other people to really respond if we have to get down to that level of pointing out as to who was whose messiah when, who refused to reopen the Bhopal gas tragedy case, or who crippled the fight against India's fight against Naxals. We will get on to that.
Okay,
so let's not make a statement saying the candidate is apolitical.
See, the whole point here is very simple.
He is a retired Supreme Court judge, and we will not make a statement that is apolitical.
We have an election, right? Why do we have an election? For people to vote and for a candidate to be chosen. How do you know that NDA has the numbers? It is the individual parliamentarians who are going to vote. Right, individual parliamentarians and MLAs like Chief Minister and the Prime Minister respectively.
Floor leaders have supported the
parliamentarians can vote away from the party
line. There's a whole felicitation ceremony that we all covered in the morning, so I would disagree with you.
All the floor leaders have supported. TDP has openly said that.
No, the individual parliamentarians are expected to vote against. That is the basis of democracy or parliamentary democracy.
Has also expressed
individual MPs are encouraged to vote against. That is the basis of parliamentary democracy. Are we reducing the basis?
This battle of a Telugu versus Tamil put the BJP. How did the BJP view the choice of CPR before we go to Neeja Chaudhary?
Doesn't matter.
Neeja Chaudhary, Neeja ma'am, Neeja ma'am, how does the BJP view this contest? Because it's suddenly become a lot about Telugu pride and Tamil pride. But I also, Veera, I'd like to ask you also this question, because I've been thinking about the lessons that both NDA and the Congress party, the India bloc, learned from 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And that seemed to have reflected in the choices, because the BJP NDA is pushing for an organizational man with a lot of discipline, no chance of a flip around, while the opposition is keen on having somebody who is very good with constitution. So clearly there's a larger message there, isn't it?
That's right.
I think for the BJP, there are three boxes that Mr. CPR, CP Radhakrishnan ticks. One is that the BJP was very clear they don't want a repeat of Satpal Malik or Jagdeep Dhankar. No flamboyant personalities, nobody from outside. somebody from the ranks, low-key, low-profile, who will move completely in step with the BJP leadership. Number one. Number two, it's a goodwill gesture to the RSS, which shows that probably things are getting sorted out between the BJP leadership and the RSS. There were differences, and one of the signs of those differences is that you still don't have a new party president. But I think things are getting sorted out. And this candidate, this nomination shows that. Number three, it's a signal to the South, particularly to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu poses a real challenge to the BJP. They feel if we can breach this fortress, we will have our footprints all over the country. Now, this is symbolism. Mr. Radhakrishnan is an old hand, twice in Lok Sabha MP, president of the state unit of Tamil Nadu of BJP. He goes back as far as organizing Chandrasekhar, former Prime Minister's Padyatra in 1983 in that whole region. He was the man who did it.
That's right.
So he's seen a lot, but he's very, very low profile and low key. So I think three things. Message to the South, message to the South, and also message to its own cadre that leadership will now belong to those who keep a low profile.
No, you're making an important point in terms of CP Radhakrishnan, and I think, Vasudha, it must be pointed out that 98 and 99, CP Radhakrishnan won as a BJP ally of the AIDMK and the DMK. Yes. And remember, he went and met MK Stalin as well. So at some level, there is a sort of a reach out exercise that seems to have happened much before this choice. Very, very briefly, Salem Dharanitharan, while the DMK see itself as not pushing a choice that would have been politically convenient for it in the larger interest of the INDIA alliance? Do you believe that given that elections were around the corner, an apolitical Tamil candidate would have been the DMK's choice, better for it electorally? Very briefly before I go to Deepak Timaya.
No, I think it is not Tamil or Telugu or Assamese. I think it is who will protect the Indian constitution. And secondly, I want to make a very important point. CP Radhakrishnan will never be accepted by people of India because very recently made a remark that Tamil Nadu is a creation of the British. He envisages an idea of monolithic India, which Tamil people do not accept. And similarly in Maharashtra, he made another line which I want to tell you, that this is not, when he was Maharashtra governor, he said, this is not Tamil Nadu for North Indian workers to be beaten up. Where any North Indian worker in Tamil Nadu beaten up? No. So this has brought distrust among Tamilians for CP Radhakrishnan, and this is an insult to people of Tamil Nadu. This is a very important note. So people of Tamil Nadu will never accept him. If DMK will even support him, people will not accept it. That is why we are not accepting him. We are going for a candidate who will stand for the constitution of this country.
Right. Deepak Timaya, I know this is a question that you may not like, but the BJP always uses these opportunities to send out a message to poll-bound state. And I was expecting probably somebody from Bengal, somebody from Tamil Nadu. The fact that this is a person from Andhra, yes, of course, he fits the bill. He's very accomplished. Do you think that there's a missed opportunity there to send out a message to poll-bound states?
With what happened with Mr. Thankar, I think if at all anybody expected the BJP to, field any person with any fire or gumption or courage as the vice president candidate, the whole country would have been surprised. But let me tell you one thing. This is not so much about the Tamil pride or, getting into Tamil Nadu or whatever. After Mr. Mohan Bhagwat's statement about people retiring at 75, I think Mr. Modi has gone into this overdrive of trying to please the RSS, and that's been seen literally in everything. That is not wrong at all if he wants to do it and wants to survive for a longer time. And I'm sure that, that is what exactly appears as now. And like Mr. Dharmendran said, it is very clear that Mr. Radhakrishnan has nothing that he has ever done that shows any Tamil pride or, any kind of synergy with the Tamil identity, because, he is incidentally now seen as a Tamil person, because I'm sure that Mr. Radhakrishnan himself wants to be seen as a pan-Indian.
I think, Deepak, I think that's... No, I think that's a little unfair, to incidentally being seen as a Tamil person. He is a Tamil politician. He is from the caste which is representing or the base of the BJP at that time.
In this context.
No, No, I get the point, but I just want to get GS Prashant into this. GS Prashant, you say you want consensus at one level. If you're going to put an ideological face up for the post, how do you expect consensus from the opposition? The opposition is driven to a situation where it has to field a candidate and challenge it. It was not a candidate of choice by consensus. You cannot enforce or force a consensus.
You're not forcing it. Jagan Mohan Reddy has pledged his support. Jagan Mohan Reddy is not part of NDA. And we're also in touch with BJD. So therefore, it is not a question of BJP and NDA not reaching out. BJP and NDA are reaching out. But this is the India Alliance's method to bring their own people who they, in fact, criticized in 2013 when Justice Reddy was appointed as the Goa Lokayukta. India Alliance and NCP had blacklisted him. Now he's become their messiah now. So whenever convenient, Congress and its allies will use people. And we also know.
No, but you're using it for political purposes.
No, Veera, let me complete. We all know what Indira Gandhi did to Justice H.R. Khanna when he did not toe our line. So therefore, Congress has always played with judges. They have ensured that unless people toe their line, they won't be given the due respect. So therefore, Congress has no respect for the Constitution, and India Alliance as a part of that has never respected the Constitution. They have never even respected Baba Saheb Ambedkar's Constitution. They have the ones who have defamed Ambedkar's Constitution.
Mr. Dhankar was nominated because Haryana elections are around the corner and he was a Jat. And then he was completely behaving as a BJP vice president. Only on one occasion when he behaved non-partisan, he was unceremoniously removed as vice president.
Then let's also go back to what Deepak Timaya has been talking about. Why is the DMK so insistent, or the opposition so insistent, on seeing anybody who's not associated with the self-respect Periyar movement as a non-Tamil? Like, even if he actually has Tamil blood running in his veins, he's seen as somebody who's not really core to that, cause of Tamil. Why is that?
Who you're talking about? CP Radhakrishnan.
Yes.
As I clearly told you, he is RSS background, and he has ridiculed the Tamil identity. He has said India has one monolithic group. Tamil Nadu is the creation of the British. How will people of Tamil Nadu forgive DMK if he supports someone like that? Leave alone my party. How will people of Tamil Nadu forgive me when someone who has espoused the RSS idea of one India, when India has made different cultures, different languages, there is no one India. Right? The biggest ideological battle between RSS and the rest, not the DMK as such, but and the rest, is that India is not a monolithic country. It's a pluralistic country, right? This difference is, we are unity in diversity. Uniformity does not make more unity, but they are bringing someone who believes India is a
Selam Dharmithan, you're making an important point there, which is a hard line electoral divide as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. The Congress, the national parties, all of them play second fiddle to the Dravidian forces there, Vasudha. Deepak Timaya, very briefly, in terms of building a consensus within the INDIA alliance, you had the Gopal Krishna Gandhi experiment against Venkaiah Naidu, you had the Margaret Alva experiment against Jagdeep Dhankar. Is this, in a sense, the Congress understanding how to bring about and keep the alliance together and creating this more as an optic, ideological, symbolic fight rather than an actual, tangible electoral fight?
Mr. Veeraraghav, you yourself know, and I'm sure even all the other dignitaries here know too, that BJP too has contested in elections even after losing so miserably in so many elections. It is not so much about who wins and who loses. It is keeping on telling the people that you're alive and relevant, and one day that people will accept what you're saying. And that is what that needs to be done. And what India Alliance has been saying is very clear, and it's been making a very, very clear, statement to the people of India that this is the reason that we are fielding Sudarshan Reddy, and this is why people need to vote, and this is what we are trying to get out of it. And first of all, when literally every constitutional platform and body is suffering from an abject, possibility of being subjected to suspicion or question. At least, if it is possible for us to tell people there is a candidate like Justice Sudarshan Reddy and there is a candidate like Sri Radhakrishnan, and you can make a choice, and if the people...
So that's very well said. There's at least a contest now. Mr. Pattabhiram, your closing remarks, sir, because the TDP is the most important ally of the BJP. Do you think that going forward you will be very happy about the decision that you've taken now?
Extremely happy. The result is a foregone conclusion. CP Radhakrishnan ji is going to get elected with a very comfortable majority as the next vice president. And NDA alliance is not like the India alliance where no one knows who is in and who is out. So every day, there is a speculation that someone is in, someone is going out. So nothing is clear in the India alliance. Whereas in NDA, once we have taken a decision, all the alliance partners will stick to it. And in this election also, we'll ensure that Radhakrishnan ji gets elected very comfortably.
As the old saying goes, sir, power creeps everybody together. Nirja Chaudhary, what's your last take as far as these optics of this battle is concerned? Ideology versus politics.
I think it is, GMK has made it clear that they are going to vote on political lines, not linguistic or regional lines. So has the TDP made clear. So the Tamil card that the BJP played to create confusion amongst the division parties, or the Telugu card that the India Alliance has tried to play, I don't think it's going to work this time. It's not going to be like when Pranab Mukherjee fought the elections for the presidentship. And you had the left parties in West Bengal and TMC supporting him, or Pratibha Patil. When she fought the presidential election, she had Shiv Sena voting for her. So at that time, the regional factor was very strong. Today, that doesn't seem to be the case, at least in this election. So I think it's going to be a symbolic fight, but it's an important fight for the India.
Right. So many things have changed, ma'am. That's very well said. Linguistic lines are not as important today as political affiliations. Yes, thank you all of you for joining us on this broadcast. Veera, we'll have to wait and see if this election becomes just more than a contest of numbers, and if it becomes a referendum on the kind of leadership that India wants at a constitutional level.
Well, given that the numbers are firmly in favor of the NDA, it's more of a symbolic fight, one where the INDIA alliance is putting up optics. Let's just wait and see how the political statement and the battle of optics plays out, because remember, Vasudha, Tamil Nadu is going for elections, so is West Bengal, and then much before that, Bihar.